This is day 12 of the Python challenge, and today is all about writing your own functions. Let's go beyond built-in and start building for real.
Now user-defined functions. User-defined functions, this is how where you will learn how you can create your own functions in Python, right? So these functions you have to give, they can accept parameters which are the input for the function, and then they will give some output which will be the result of the function, right? So this is the syntax of a function. How you can do this is, one important thing is function name. To create a function, there are few important things. So let's see how to create functions. First, you need to decide what will be the function name. What will be the name of my function? For example, in the previous slide, this inbuilt function, what was the name of the function? Len, max, min. These are all the name of the functions. Okay, function name. Second thing will be the input for the function, which are called as parameters, right, which are called as parameters. So let's see. So here you will give function name, and before that you have to use the def keyword. So you remember, right, in the when we learned about variables, I told you cannot use reserved keywords as variables because they have their specific meaning, right? So def is one of them. So when you use def, that means you are defining a function. So first you have to use def. So let me put it in the starting itself. First you have to use def, then you give the function name, and then the input for the function. Now it is not necessary that input is always there or the return will always be there. But these are just the things which are needed to define a function. Now if you need them, if you don't need them, that's up to you, right? So this is how you give the, this is where you give the parameters, right? Parameters are the input, and then colon from where the body will start, then the body, and then you need to use the return statement to return some output, right? So yeah, passing the arguments is very important. Arguments, or you can say parameters, right? Attributes, right? So whatever parameters you want to pass or arguments you want to pass to a function, right, that you need to understand, because you need to practice a lot how to create your functions. Then you will get the idea, okay, how I can pass arguments and how I can return. Arguments and parameters are the same thing, right? So a user defined function is like creating your own custom recipe. It's like creating your own custom recipe. It's not inbuilt, you are creating it, right? So instead of following someone else's recipe, which is like the inbuilt function, you are coming up with your own set of instructions, right? So here you are saying, I will make my sandwich, right? So let's say how you can create your own functions in Python using the def keyword. So this function will accept some input and in return will give some output. So for example, I want to create a function def with the name greet. So greet is the name of the function. See, this is the name of the function. Now what will be the input parameter? Let's say that parameter name is nothing but name, or you can say n. It can be anything. So this is the argument or the parameter for the function, right? Now the function will start. Now what this function will do is, it might be doing multiple things. It might be doing n is equal to n multiplied by 10. It is doing some things. And then we are saying return, and then let's say this function is returning something. Let's say this is returning hello plus, let's say we are plus doing the n, right? We are appending n to it, right? Now how we can use this function? We can just call it. We can simply call it. So what we can do is we can create a result variable and we can just call this function. Now you can call the function multiple times. You can call function any number of times. So we are calling greet. with the input, let's say 4. Simple. And then let's say I want to print this result. Print this result. What will happen? So whenever we call this function, the call will go to the function. Now what is the value of n? 4. So we are making n is equal to 4 into 10, 40. So it should print hello 40. Right? Let's see. So we have to convert n to string. Otherwise, n is a integer, right? N is a integer, right? So you should also know how to solve these errors, right? So what we are printing hello 40. What if I give the argument to be 5? What will happen? N will become 5 into 10, 50. So it will print hello 50. Let's see, hello. What if you give argument to be 7? It will become 7 into 10, 70. So it will be hello 70. So I hope you got it. You can call the function any number of times. Any number of times. Let's say I want to call it with different input multiple times. 4, 5, 6. What will happen? It will print hello 40, hello 50, hello 60. So that's how you can reuse this code multiple times. We are reusing this code multiple times, right? So similarly, there is another function where you are taking 2 arguments. You can take n number of arguments. You can take multiple arguments. So here we are taking a and b and we are returning a plus b. So this is a function for sum of 2 numbers, which I was giving you the example. So if you call add with 5, 3, it will go, the call will go here. It will return 5 plus 3, 8 and it will print 8. Right? Similarly, another function. So here we are talking another concept called as default parameters. For example, here is a greet function which is accepting the argument name, and then it will return hello comma name. So you can call the greet function with John and it will print hello John, right? But what if someone doesn't pass anything? What if someone doesn't pass anything? So you can also define the default parameters, default value of that parameter. So here we are defining name to be guessed. It will act like a default value. If someone will not pass the value of name, the name will be guessed. So it will be hello guessed, right? But if someone will not give the default value, if this equal to guessed will not be there, then this greet will not work because you have to pass the argument. If the default parameter value is present, then you can ignore it. You no need to pass it, maybe it will work. But if you will not have the default parameter, then you have to pass it. Otherwise, you cannot call that function. It will error out, right?
You're not just using Python now, you're shaping it. Hit that subscribe button and stay consistent. We're proud of your progress.